Hello, good evening, good afternoon, ladies. How are you all doing? Hi, ladies. Hello, good evening, good afternoon. Come on, ladies, I need more people. It's a hump day. Wednesday, 8 p.m. or Wednesday, 3:30 p.m. Indian time. Come on, ladies. How are you doing? Hello. Knock, knock. Yay, I can see one. The excitement of seeing one. Who is that? Can you just say hello to me? Hi. What's happening? Who is that? It's already a minute. Come on, ladies. I need more people. Hello? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. Come on. Say hi to me so that I know who you are and where you're from. It would be nice to connect and also tell which place you're from or where you're from. Sydney, India, different country. Yeah. Come on, ladies. Knock, knock. I'm still tapping. Tap, tap, tap. Knock at the door. Peep in. Oh, dear. It's always the starting problem, right? More people. I need more people. Come on, ladies. What's happening? Hello? Knock, knock. Knock, knock, knock. Hi. Who is that? I can see two. I can see three. It's dropping in, dropping out. All right, ladies, I have to start this. I'm sure people will join. And I've got gorgeous Deepali waiting as well. I have to put her on the stream. Hello, who is that? Me. You've got to tell me who is me. That's the only way I can identify and say hello to you, ladies. Come on. Thing is that it doesn't tell me who it is until I go back and check the live stream as to who you are. It just gives me the comments. But nice to connect though. All right, let us start. Welcome, welcome. Oh, thank you, Padma Shri, thank you. Welcome to Wholesome Wednesday session number 99, the last two digits. 99 weeks. I have survived the 99th week. And it's all about sarees today. And gorgeous Deepali Gupta is going to show us the basic watercolor painting. Though it sounds basic watercolor, but I won't say basic. For me, it's basic. But people who are kind of like, into painting, they think, oh, watercolor, it's just basic painting. But no, it's more than that. She has done beautiful, beautiful paintings, and she's going to show us a live demo, and she has got, beautiful things lined up for us. So I will be bringing Deepali across now, and she is ready. Hi, Deepali. Welcome to my Wholesome Wednesday session
Thank you,
platform. This is the
Madhu.
last two digits, number 99.
Yes,
Let me
yes.
turn
So this is the last double digit
to.
session today.
Thank you. So
Congratulations. It's like big deal sustaining for that long.
I know. I have done it without any repeats, and just hunting for people. Like, my eyes are always kind of like rolling around when I'm in get-togethers, and constantly talking to friends and everything. First thing, oh, okay, I need you.
Yeah,
So
it's a
it's just a
big
nice
platform.
platform. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Thank you. All right. So normally, I start off wishing happy birthdays. So I have two gorgeous ladies today, Mrs. Kalpana Venkatesh and Jyoti Darshan, who are celebrating their birthday. And for all ladies who celebrated their birthday from last week up until today, a very, very happy birthday to all of you as well. And today, the sarees what we are three are wearing. I am wearing a wine-colored crushed synthetic sari, which Mom had worn a few weeks ago. And Mom is wearing a brand new kind of a beautiful cotton silk sari, which is of beige color with beautiful gold colored border and beautiful kind of like floral buttas, I would say. It's throughout the sari. It's really, really beautiful, and she's looking gorgeous too. So that's the sari what Mom is wearing. And Dipali, what's your sari about?
So you guys are wearing such gorgeous sarees. I really like your color and auntie's cotton silk material. That's like really royal.
Yes,
I
because
am
off white
wearing.
is really, really
Yes.
gorgeous
Oh,
color.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
so I'm
especially
wearing this Ajrak print. So
yeah.
yeah. So this is an Ajrak print sari that is on modal silk
Okay,
with
it's on
overall
Moral.
print. Yeah.
Oh,
So this is what
lovely,
I'm wearing.
lovely.
So, thank you.
Excellent. I've got one. I haven't opened it yet, so we'll be on its way
There's a
shortly.
story. Yeah, I was trying to buy another color
Oh,
and I just didn't like the color or maybe the overall thing. But then she just showed this sari. I didn't
and
even
there you
have to buy it. I was like, okay, I'll take this one. The color I'll have a look later on.
yeah, because Ajrak Modal is more or less like in the dark, kind of like brownish color most of
Hmm,
the time,
hmm.
because that's
Yes.
what Ajrak colors are, and it's so beautiful. Good.
Okay.
Ladies, as usual, I'll park Dipali for some time here, and I'll talk about national days. Today is International Firefighters Day. We have to recognize their efforts, and they have been around almost 2 millennia. And it's a day to celebrate the men and women who help keep us safe, protect our property, our communities, and our wilderness, and to honor the men and women who have given their lives in the line of duty. Salute to them. And also is Bird Day, who are fond of the feathered friends, and this is the day to celebrate the bird day. Enjoy the pleasure of viewing and listening to the birds in your neighborhood. Share your favorite bird watching experiences while you're out and about. Take photos, enjoy. And birds are beautiful. The next one is the National Weather Observers Day, which provides a day for the people who enjoy watching and observing the weather. And our weather, Sydney weather, has been so erratic. It's if you look at the graph, it's like it's got its own peaks. But anyway, that's what weather is all about. So this is the day to celebrate the National Weather Observers Day. The next one is National Candied Orange Peel Day. Wow, I didn't know that orange peels also have a day to celebrate. So candied orange peels, I just love the smell when you ring the orange, and you have that. It's so nice, like it's so flavorful. And any type of candied orange peels, it could be boiled, it could be sliced, it could be sugar free. So just enjoy yourself. And also along with that is National Orange Juice Day. I was meaning to get a glass of orange juice for mom, I forgot. I'll ask mom to drink some orange juice today. So this is the special popular, I won't say special, it's a popular breakfast drink across the globe. Previously, it used to be only in America, but now it is across the globe. So it kind of like, holds a large margin over second place over apple juice. I didn't know that apple juice was on the top. So orange juice is in the second, which I didn't know. I was thinking orange juice. Anyway, so people have been waking up to a glass of orange juice for many, many years and enjoying the health benefits it gives to them. And because of COVID, like, people need lots and lots of vitamin C. So orange juice is the one and only juice which has got the maximum vitamin C content. So enjoy that. The next one is the National Renewal Day, which also provides an opportunity for new beginnings. It could be anything, if you have a broken relationship and if you want to renew that, or if you have just packed something, you wanted to do and you wanted to carry on, you didn't do it. So this is the way you can start and you can renew it. It could be anything, the state of being made new, fresh, strong again, or whatever it is. So this is the way to do that. And the next one is National Star Wars Day. I'm not a Star Wars person, so whoever it is, are you? You are?
Yeah, it's May the 4th day. May the 4th we will be with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So today is the National Star Wars. I could have got someone who likes Star Wars.
Oh yeah, I have two Star Wars fans.
You can show us, the what is it? The light. You
The
can show
saber,
us
the lightsaber. Yeah, I've got baby Yodas, puzzles, and cups, and
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I don't even know their names, but anyway, there you go. I've got someone who follows National Star Wars Day. So good on you. I've got someone who can acknowledge that. So we are talking about watercolors today. So watercolor is the oldest form of painting dating back to cave paintings. Prehistoric humans painted the caves with mixtures of ochre, charcoal, and natural pigments. Watercolor was painted on papyrus and used in Egyptian art forms. A picture is a poem without words. It's very self-explanatory. The picture creates an instant visual imprint in the brain, which is more effective than reading a description of the event or context. Gazing at a picture and having a poetic thought explains so much about both the person viewing and the person who has created the picture. It differs though from person to person, more so on the creativity or imagination side of it. On the other hand, art is not a handicraft, it is the transmission of feeling the artist has experienced. And this is according to Leo Tolstoy. And I add to it, the only limitation is the frame. Perfectly fitting to this quote, art is the only way to run away without home, is Mrs. Deepali Gupta, an IT project manager in a major telecom company by profession, and has her hands full, one with her full-time job, number two, with her two fresh teens, and number three, a loving husband. With the start of lockdown in 2019, she suddenly found a bit of time on hand that was saved from the daily commute to the city. I know that's so difficult, isn't it? Like, going to the city. I have seen people because I'm only 5 minutes away to work, so it's a blessing in disguise for me. Especially people who commute, like, an hour either way, like, both sides, 1 hour
Yeah,
here, 1 hour the minimum. It's a lot of time put together,
absolutely.
and it's good that you're utilizing that time to the fullest extent. So, commuting to the city, just like everyone around the world, and just like everyone, she thought of utilizing this time to scratch through the hobbies, dreams, passions, and fads that we always bury under the duress of lack of time. So she tried some baking, but nah, that got taken over by her elder one. And damn, she felt that she's good at it, so let her do. And what she thought was her waistline was saved. Oh, goodness gracious, she doesn't have a waistline, okay? Wish I was in her situation. While browsing one fine day, she stumbled upon watercolor art. She may or may not have been good at art in school, and what they say about it, skipping a generation, that's her mom being an artist, and many people have her paintings hanging at their house. Oh, that's lovely. So your mom would have kind of like thought, what's my daughter? She's not doing anything.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was content with basic science, biology, and mechanical drawings for engineering.
So she was content drawing cross sections of rats and cockroaches and later on engineering drawings during studies. So a perfect opportunity became available to try her hands at watercolor medium as it intrigued her, and she followed some tutorials of YouTube and Facebook and instantly took off. She has since graduated from making mini birthday cards and bookmarks to landscape art. That's very lovely. And I have seen a couple of them which she showed me. They're so beautiful. And she's now exploring the mandala art with watercolor. That's such a great fusion and trying line and wash technique for streetscapes these days. So art gives her an outlet to her creativity, satisfaction of producing a visual story, and an opportunity to meditate. So, Deepali, we will do an open eye meditation, just like the Brahma Kumaris. Did you know that Brahma Kumaris do open eye meditation?
No, not really. Is it?
That's the only group which does open eye meditation.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Because my
Okay.
mother-in-law, she passed away very recently. So she was a follower of Brahma Kumari, and she used to do open eye meditation every single day. And that's how I
Wow,
know we
wow,
associated
that's
with
really
Kumaris.
a huge
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, which will be relaxing and soothing as she takes through her watercolor painting portfolio and also doing a live demonstration of the painting. So, Deepali, tell me, what have you got in store for us? And how, I know you have mentioned everything, like how you started off. Perhaps maybe if you want to kind of like, just enlighten us, how you got into so that we might be inspired, like, or people who are not into it might kind of like, even one person, you know, gets the
Yeah.
inspiration. It's such a very good thing to connect with.
Yeah. So thanks, Himaji, for the lovely introduction. And with painting, I have seen my mom drawing. She doing her art on bed sheets, on canvas, on anything, and she is good at all the acrylic, the oil painting, even
Yeah,
embroidery and stuff. So she does it so well.
yeah,
In fact, I have when we bought the house, we had the Grey Pravesh. You get
yeah.
gift from both the parents' side, the
Correct.
both set of parents. So from my mom, I asked her for a painting,
Yeah.
and she made a huge Tanjore painting of Ganeshji, which is
Oh,
hanging at the entrance of a
oh,
house.
that's
That's a
lovely.
blessing to us. And
Yeah,
I always make it a point to tell everybody about that
yeah.
painting. I'll
That's
share
very
a photo of that painting later with you. So
Oh,
that
that's
is a
lovely.
blessing for us.
Yeah, oh, that's lovely. So, are you into tangible painting as well, or just your mom
Not
does it?
really, because
Maybe you
as
do watercolor.
yeah, from high school, I was very much focused on studies. My dad is a doctor, so I
Yeah. Okay.
wanted to be a doctor for obvious reasons. So, um, but I never was too good in biology, but I always got marks in
But
maths. So I ended up becoming an engineer rather than a doctor. So that is why I did not get time to explore art in
uh-huh.
essence.
Okay.
So the time, because of the lockdown, it was a blessing in disguise, though
Yeah.
not a very good thing to happen in our time and life. But
Uh-huh.
uh, but with this time that, as you said, that was safe from the commute, and I live 1 hour away, and have
Yeah.
at that time the kids were in primary school, so there was a
Yeah.
lot of picking up, reaching the aftercare on time, picking up the kids, and then rushing through the day. So that was all our life:
Okay.
home,
Yeah.
office, kids, and the day is over. Weekends were grocery shopping, cleaning, and the regular Australian
Regular stuff.
life. So, so this is when you could not go out, you could not go to the office, you did not have any other social interaction other than just the Zoom calls or so. So
Yeah.
that is when I just browsing, as you said, browsing. I found watercolor art, and I was like, let me give it a go. So,
Good.
and yes, I like that medium because I somehow had that inhibition in myself that I could not be good at art because I had always
Uh-huh.
drawn to school.
Yeah.
Whereas in art, it is an expression of free mind,
Yes.
and that is something when you start with art, when you're a child, you start with art. That
Right.
time you start with that creative bent of mind. You think and you
Yeah.
create.
Yeah.
Whereas I started at a quite mature age, I would say, when I had my training was to create what you have seen,
Right.
not
Right.
not actually, bringing something to life.
Okay.
So that is where I really had to exercise my creativity. I really had to let go of those inhibitions that if I draw a line here or if I do not draw this line, then
It's
how
going
would
to
this
mess up.
to be? Yes. So that was one of the biggest challenges, I would say, that I
Right.
had to overcome
Overcome that.
to,
Okay.
yes, to say
So
that, okay,
it's
I
kind
can
of like
overcome.
everything is self-taught, and you haven't done any course or anything. You just self-taught yourself.
Yes, initially I had, and then once
There will be some guidance from your mom as well.
from my mom, and my daughter, she goes to an art teacher. So whenever I
Uh-huh.
would drop her, I would take tips, and I was like, okay, can I come? And then when I was actually preparing to go, she went on a maternity break.
Oh,
So I am waiting for her to come back so that I can have some more understanding of the art and learn
understood.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice. So you're now more interested into the background of art and theory and that kind of stuff, or still just the drawings?
Theory of art in terms of perspective, the perspective, and that's why I have now started taking interest
Sorry,
in.
but mom wants to leave.
Oh, thanks, Auntie.
Yeah.
So, from the perspective part of art theory, so that's
Yeah.
why I have started with the landscapes and streetscapes,
Yeah. Yeah.
because that in that there's a lot of perspective from where you view the scenery, and then by that with a lot of background and foreground, you have to vary a lot of things, and the shadows from where the light is coming. So that
Okay.
is what yeah, that is what I'm trying to learn. So bought a
Yeah.
few books, and
Okay.
again, internet.
Okay. Our Google Bible is always there for us, isn't it?
Oh yes. And if you know how to, and if you know where to look for, there's so many artists who share their passion on YouTube, and there are a lot of platforms which are quite advanced in what they teach. So if you really want to, then you can learn.
Look, okay, that's nice. So, what have you got in store for us today?
So first of all, I'll take you through my portfolio. So what I
Uh-huh.
started with was these bookmarks. So I've got like one teeny tiny one left, which
Yeah.
I preserve for myself.
What does it say? Reading is my escape
Reading is my escape to a better world.
to a better word. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lovely.
So I started with these florals, the
Uh-huh.
cards.
Yeah.
So like multiple cards like these, and every birthday or anniversary or any sort of gifts.
Uh-huh.
Every gift from me is followed by these cards.
Oh,
So
nice.
kind of like this is something I started here recently. So
Yeah.
these are different. I've been practicing different techniques. So
Okay.
these are the cards that I have, and
Yeah.
our friends they do look forward to special occasions where I give them these cards.
It takes some time, isn't it? How much time do you take to do that card? Say, for example, like if you're doing, a card, how much time do you take?
So I kind of have a basic idea at the back of my mind where to place stuff and what
Yeah.
sort of card do I want to produce.
Uh-huh.
Once I have that identified, then it takes around 15 no around 20 to 25 minutes for the
Okay.
entire thing
Oh,
to um, to just have the basic thing going and drawn, and then some time to dry as well.
okay. Oh, that's lovely. Yeah. Okay. So what else do you have?
So I have these wreaths that I make.
Oh, they're so
Uh,
pretty.
They're
The colors, the florals, so beautiful. Yeah.
yeah. And that color combination that is again I don't how do I put that? I don't put them as part of color theory, you may say. So this would be because the color combination, and so this is one, the
Oh,
color
love
combination that you have
shades.
to
Yeah.
work on. So that is something a part of color theory again, and
Yeah.
this is similar. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to be kind of prepare your mind, what colors go next or what colors blend, etc.
Yes. Yeah. So if I show you for this one, I had
Uh-huh.
to kind of
Oh,
identify
okay. So
the
you have,
color, have a sort of idea what color. Um, Ideally, there is a color ring that you get, which shows the
yes,
complementary colors and contrasting colors to make it
colors.
easy. But then I prefer to make it myself
Oh, that's
when I start.
lovely. That's good to know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like you get like a stencil, is it? How do you get that?
So you get it. There are different. You get it in office works as well.
Yeah,
In different companies, they sell their own colors.
colors. Okay.
So
So no,
yeah,
no. What is it? Is it like a sheet or is it like a card or
it's like it could be a card, and the famous one that is there. There are concentric circles. So
yes,
the
yeah.
base
So
one
you
has
just
some colors, and
colors.
the
Yeah,
top
and you
one.
can mix and match.
Yeah, so that makes it slightly easy to
Easier.
those who have that trained mind to read
Oh,
what color
right.
goes with it.
Yeah. Oh,
So that
perfect.
is
Okay.
so I
Yeah.
kind of try to create new colors as well by
Uh-huh.
mixing the different colors. So I come up with
Different colors. So you
uh,
can
a lot
create
of
your own kind of color.
yes, yes,
Okay.
which are not there in the standard palette that you get.
Okay.
Yeah. Then I have this.
Yeah. Ah, that's lovely. Yeah.
So this is something that I made for my daughter's birthday. Her name
Uh-huh.
starts with so I made this floral initial for her. So I've done this for
Oh,
my sister, for a friend's kid. So I've
uh-huh.
done this for quite a few people.
Oh, that's lovely. Very nice. Very nice.
Uh, and this is my the one that I have been trying to explore. Uh, so if you can see
Yes.
this, these are the
Yeah.
mandala art on watercolor. So this is the watercolor, sorry,
Watercolor.
this is the watercolor base, and this is all the mandala. This is all pen work. I mean, this is all like intricate pen work. If you
And
see,
okay.
yeah,
And on that you have used your watercolor.
yeah. So base, I painted it with watercolor,
Uh-huh.
and then with the pen, it's a waterproof 0.3 tip. So it's
Oh,
very detailed and very intricate that I have.
okay. Okay.
Then there is this one again. So this
One again.
is yeah. So this is basically flowers. These are flowers, and then
Uh-huh.
at the center of it, I did the mandala one. So the flowers are
Mandala.
all watercolor, and these are
Okay.
mandala art sorry, in the center. Yeah.
It looks like a 3D image.
Yes. Yeah. So it pops
Yeah.
out that way because of the shading and the detailed art that's
Ah,
there.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
with this as well, the way these are detailed. So
Uh-huh.
this is what pops out.
Out, correct. Because it's got that 3D look.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it is.
Yeah. Lovely.
Then this is my, if I say bestseller, so this is
That's so
Basudi.
pretty.
So this is
Basuri, yeah.
Krishna Basudi in the Krishna colors, I call that.
Yeah.
So
Neela
this
Megha
is a
Shama.
yeah. So these are this combination is it was not there in my palette.
Uh-huh.
This is a combination I created with different shades of blue, turquoise, and light blue, and green. And then I have some metallic colors. So
Right.
it may not show here, but they're
Yeah.
like it has a tinge of glitter.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That's
this is
lovely.
so the first time I made it was Janmashtami. That is when
Oh,
I first made this,
that's when you
and
made it. Oh, a
yeah.
perfect one for that occasion.
Yes, exactly. And this is my sister was here for the Easter break. I
Uh-huh.
gifted her one, and I made one for mom as well. So, I
Oh,
mean,
that's lovely.
this is something um, that's quite near to my heart. It
Yeah,
so when
very
I do this, initially it took me like more than 2 hours because I was just thinking and making things up how and what to do.
uh-huh.
And then after that, now it takes me around 1 hour to complete one.
1 hour to do. Wow, wow. Commendable.
So this
Very
is
nice.
these are few of my mandala work. Then I have yeah. So these are my landscapes that I'm working on
Yeah,
these days. So this is what I created.
you have.
So for now,
Okay.
I'm following some artists.
Yeah,
So this is like not original work, but yeah, this is my practice work.
all right. But still, it's your original work.
Yeah, yeah, done by me. No, yeah, so no tracing, nothing. So everything is drawn by me as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Right. So,
Um,
for example, if you claim that to be yours, will that be like a copyright thing? Because
yeah, because it's not. Yeah, I can't copyright that. But
okay,
yeah,
because like that one could be anything. Like anyone can do that.
Yes, but those are famous artists, so I can't
Famous
reveal.
artist, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay,
yes.
okay, okay.
This
Good
is the
answer.
one that I copied from real estate. So
Uh-huh.
this is for one of the friends. They bought this house, so
Okay.
I made this for them.
Made this
So
one.
this is,
Oh, that's
yeah.
lovely. Okay.
So as a housewarming gift.
Yes,
So
yeah.
this is
Oh,
the
okay.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, this is my work in progress still.
Oh, okay. So that's what it's like
So
handing
this is
what
a
like
sketch. Yeah, this is a house. This is a resort. The photo of a resort
uh-huh.
from an angle. So
Okay.
this is something again. I'm trying to replicate the art from our own photographs.
Okay.
So that is what I'm trying to do from holidays or some nice
Oh,
balcony or something. So this
oh,
is
that's a personal touch.
yes. So
Yeah,
that is what I'm trying to evolve my own style.
yeah, yeah. Perfect. Because you have to be at your creative end to the maximum, isn't it? So you bring up that creativity in different ways, and that's a good niche to pick up, from the photographs.
Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah, that's
that is what my aim is for this year.
okay. Oh, lovely. There you go. You told me about your goal as well. Aspiration and career goal.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So what have you got? Like do you have, oh, you still have anything? Or you have
Yeah,
shown
yeah. Recovering from COVID, so my throat
that's
is not
okay, that's okay.
as good.
That's okay. Um, so you're going to show us the tools what you have
Yeah.
and
So basically, for a watercolor, what matters most is the paper. If you have a
paper.
good paper, then your water will dance to your brush.
Okay.
Otherwise, it may just keep on standing there, and then the
Yeah,
end result that will come out will not be as visually appealing.
appealing. All
So,
right.
yeah.
So when you say paper, like is there any specification of the paper or because
Yeah,
every brand will be different, right?
definitely. So, for watercolor, if you're doing a professional grade watercolor paint, then it's recommended to use 100% cotton paper. So it
Right.
is not made from the cellulose that you get from the trees. It is made from the cotton rag.
Right.
So
Okay.
the makers they use cotton cloth and
Yeah.
then they just kind of dilute it and go through a lot of strenuous process to make
Uh-huh.
100% cotton paper. It comes
Oh,
in various the the weight of the paper. The
paper.
ideal one
Okay.
is 300 GSM. So like the normal paper that we use for writing and printing, that's usually 70 GSM to 80 GSM.
Right.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
this paper is uh, good quality if you want. So that's 300 GSM or 140 pound weight. So
Okay.
that's
Okay.
yeah. So that is the best one that you can go with. And Arches is the brand which is de facto for watercolor painting when professionals are not.
Okay.
But but then there are different combinations of papers available which have 70 30 70 of cellulose and cotton, then there are 50-50, then there are 25-75. So there are different
Oh,
combinations and the
combination.
price varies accordingly. 100% cotton is the costliest.
Right.
So you get A5, 10 pieces of A5 paper,
Yeah.
100% cotton. You get it for around 75 to $100.
Wow.
And
So,
if
okay,
you go,
what about India? If people are wanting to buy in India,
yeah.
um, what's the cost there? Isn't it pricey?
India, I have not really explored much, but what I have kind of read is there are some local creators, local paper maker who do make that, but they're
Okay.
not internationally renowned.
Yeah.
But their quality comes out to be as good, comparable.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So this
So I
means that the 10 sheets is around $70.
here it's around 75. I mean, it starts from 75 goes, and if it's on a sale, then it comes down to around $60 maybe.
Yeah.
Not not much. Though.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So paper
And
is
it's
the
easily available, right?
sorry.
It's easily available in the shops.
It is, yes. That is not an issue. Availability is not an issue.
Okay. So it's in the art and craft shop or in Spotlight
Yeah, you get it
or
at Ecosy or any of the online shops. You get that
okay.
easily. Yeah, you get different types. So because having 100% cotton and that like 300 GSM paper, it is. I tried creating cards from that, but they're not
Yeah,
as good. The paper doesn't fold that well.
that's right.
So
Okay.
that means lighter weight paper, like a 200 GSM paper, that is better for cards, and
Right.
25% cotton or 50%
Yeah.
cotton. So that also creates gives good results for cards because cards, as you know, they have a shorter life.
Okay.
So rather than a full scape landscape or something,
Yeah.
so cards, I mean, it's just a matter of how much would that live and how much you want to spend on it.
7%. Yeah.
So 25% cotton, that comes like 10 pieces of A5. They come around for $13. So it is
Okay.
that the difference.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So then that makes quite a big difference for that matter.
Right. Right. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Then the next
And
thing
then
are paint. The
paint.
next big thing is paints because paints, there are two varieties available. One is three varieties, I would say. One is for kids,
Yeah.
second is for amateurs or students, and
Yeah.
third is for professionals.
Professionals.
So
Okay.
so this is a paint palette that I have that I kind of invested with a lot of conviction.
Uh-huh.
So this paint palette is a professional paint palette.
Okay.
And it is the difference between a professional and a student is they're more color fast. The color
Right.
brightness is more, and the
Uh-huh.
longevity of colors is more.
Right. Right.
And
So
with
if I kind of like showed you some palettes, would you be
Mhm.
able to recognize, like, what grade it belongs to, whether it's for the kids or it's for a professional or for an intermediate?
Yes, because I mean you also can do that. Plus, it is usually written on top of the palette.
Oh,
If
okay,
it's
okay.
artist grade,
Not looking at it, right?
looking at it, if it is less quantity, then it is artist grade. If it is more quantity, then it is student grade.
Oh,
It,
okay. If it is
it
less
has more
quantity.
additives. Yeah,
Yeah.
it has more additives, and there are like for professional grade, a lot of companies they use honey to create the texture of watercolor. So they come in
Watercolor.
tubes. They don't dry up, and they don't. They're quite good to stick to the paper.
Yeah. Okay. So you
Very
always
little.
use that palette rather than the tube, is it?
I started with the palette
Uh-huh.
because I was not too sure how much of the tube I would use or how much to consume. So I started with the palette, but now I was thinking once I kind of go halfway through, then I'll possibly go for tubes or maybe for some new colors that I may want to buy. So I'll go for tubes. But for now, because this is like the colors are I haven't been able to use even till half. So very
Oh,
little
okay.
color. Wait.
So, oh,
And
okay. So you haven't in the sense you haven't bought the palettes like in numbers. You still have like an existing one and you're using it.
yes, so this is what I showed you. So these many colors they come,
Yeah,
and if you see, there are some holes in like these ones which are being used more.
yeah,
So these
more
are the ones that I use, and then I combine with different colors.
different
So
colors.
so once they kind of run out, and there are some additional ones as well. They provided two of each color for the ones that are being more
Yeah.
used than others. Yeah. So these
So
are,
is it gray? Don't you? Because I'm not into it. I'm just questioning you. Do you get like a chocolate cube or something like that in the so that you can replace it on the palette?
yes. So this is the type. This is called a half pan.
Ah, okay. What is it
Yeah.
called?
So the size is half pan.
Ah,
This is like a half pan, which is a standard for artist grade color. So this
okay.
is
So,
one close, fresh new one. So this
uh-huh.
size, everything was this size here is in this.
So what is it? It is like a cube. I mean, if
Yes.
you open it, or what is it? It's
So this is
so it goes inside the palette. Can you make it sit inside the palette?
yeah. So this one, if I open it, so this is I'll
Oh,
just show you the open one. So I've kind of stuck all of them here. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. Okay. So this is the color. This is one of
ah,
the tub. It's
it's like
plastic
a
tub.
little cup.
Yeah, it's a plastic tub, and it
Yeah,
has all the
and it
color
just sits
details
inside.
here written here. Yeah.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. Now,
You
now
can see
you
it.
I was just thinking
So
like I couldn't make out because it was sealed. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. So the color sits in the tub, in the plastic tub, and the plastic tub is wrapped individually like this.
yeah, yeah.
So this
Perfect.
is
So
how.
you do
Yeah.
get individual colors as well.
Oh yes, yeah. So these are these little tubs you get for artist grade. You get depends on how common or uncommon the color is. So you get
Colors
it
are.
anywhere from the range of $10 to going up to 20, $15, not $20. These, but there are full
Okay.
pans which are double the cost. So full pans are double the size and double the cost. So more experienced artist and more an artist who draw more, they utilize more, so they go for
Yeah.
full pans.
Okay.
So that's my artist
That's
grade
interesting
one.
insight into the
Yeah.
paint because I had no idea about them.
Yeah, so these are the metallic paint that I have.
Ah,
So
okay. So
these have
like when you paint on, it gives that fine metallic finish, is it?
yes.
Oh, okay.
So it has these pearl, the goldens, all these paints and stuff. So grays
Yeah,
and everything has a shine to it.
that's it.
So this
So
is these are my basic equipment, and these are the watercolor pencils that I also use.
watercolor pencil.
Yes.
So
So
do you
these,
have to dip that in water or?
no, not dip them in water, but when you draw, then you use your brush, dip it in water, and then you can spread the pigment. So they have the the lead inside them. It's not graphite; it's watercolor.
Right. Oh, okay.
So the pigment gets activated with water once you draw it.
Water. Yeah.
You do all the shading and stuff, and then with the water with a plain brush with watercolor. So then you activate the
Activate
watercolor.
that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
So that is what we use it for. This
And
is
what
something
type?
else. Sorry.
So what other type of pencil do you use for? Probably you might come later on. I think I'm jumping. Like to sketch and draw.
To sketch and draw, I use normal HV pencil for my the landscapes that I'm doing. So those are normal
Yeah.
HV pencil that I use. So these mechanical ones with a very
Touch.
light force on the paper,
Cool.
so that it
Oh,
doesn't really come in the background.
yeah.
But
Do you
for
ever
like,
use an eraser?
I do, yes, yeah. Um, and when I have to draw like for cards or something, which I have to just like get a basic idea, so I use this one. Or some people use a gray color watercolor pencil as well, because then
Okay.
on top of it you use it
And the
and the color
color
gets
and it blends.
merged. Yeah, it doesn't,
Ah, that's a good
because
idea.
yeah, because with watercolor art, what happens is that if you have a pencil drawing underneath and then you paint over it, you can't take those pencil marks off. You can't erase them later on.
Yeah.
So
But if you
with
use a
watercolor
watercolor
pencil,
pencil, you can.
it blends.
It
You don't
blends.
have to
Oh,
erase it, just blends. So if it's a light color like yellow, it kind of takes the water with it.
okay.
So
Okay.
it
Very
doesn't.
good.
There's
Made it
tips,
in
little
another way.
tips that I yeah got on the way.
Yeah. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. What else do you have for us?
So I created a wreath because it's Mother's Day this weekend.
I know
I
it's coming
created
so pretty.
yes, a wreath for Mother's Day, which was a quick one I can demo.
Sure. Yeah.
So I prepared one as well, just as a sample.
Sample.
So this is
Oh, that's lovely. Look at the colors in it. So pretty.
that's
Oh,
the benefit of doing the floral art. You can just go crazy with the colors.
colors. Yeah.
Yeah, flowers come in all colors and forms, and
Colors.
they
Yeah.
gel so well.
Yeah.
So that is something I just love about florals. And loose
Florals.
florals is what I started with, what caught my eyes because of it was there and it was a bit abstract. So that is what
Yeah.
I really liked about watercolor. It
Like
doesn't
about
has
it.
to be
Yeah.
that precise. It doesn't has to be right there,
Yeah.
but yeah,
But it's there, kind of thing.
it is there. Yes, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll quickly demo
Yeah.
this one here. So I had activated my colors already. I'll just take because these are dry. These are cakes, so they have to be activated slightly in advance, so they become moist. So
Oh,
I
okay. So you mean to say that when you say activate, like you just add a dash of water or something?
just a drop of water so that you can pick it up easily and not like
Ah,
spoil your box doing that. And yeah, the brushes, that is one thing I forgot to
yeah,
add.
yeah.
So
I was
brushes,
just meaning to ask you. Yeah.
I don't use many brushes. I use just a basic round brush of size 4 and a size 6. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
and a size 8.
Oh,
So
don't you
these are
ever get to use like fine brushes? Like, the
fine
fine.
brushes. Yes, I do have a few fine ones just for the last minute touches and
Brushes.
uh,
Okay.
yeah. So that is what I have. Then I have the pens, point 0.5 pens, point 0.3 pens, and some calligraphy pens. I also have some calligraphy pens for writing. Writing.
Writing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
lovely. So
this
how do
is
you clean your brushes?
clean your brushes you use and then instantly you clean them with the water. So with
Water?
watercolor, yeah,
Yeah.
with watercolor, what is ideal is to have two cups of water, one
Water?
clean
Mm-hmm.
and one dirty,
Okay.
so that you don't contaminate the color or the
Color.
paint.
Ah,
So the first
ah.
time when you have a clean brush, you use the clean pot.
Yeah.
When you have a dirty one, use the dirty one and then
Dirty one.
rinse. Yes.
Ah, that's a clever
Um,
idea.
yeah, and if you if you clean your brushes immediately after painting, keep them dried. And for drying, it's a normal kitchen towel.
Yeah.
Just dry it, leave them laid out overnight. That will retain the shape, and the brushes will last longer.
Last longer. Okay. Okay.
So this is these are the basic things I believe all artists, no, not all artists, because a lot of time, yeah, all artists do is dip their brush in their tea.
In your tea?
In the tea, yeah, because always you have some beverage when you start drawing, so you have some beverage lying around. And inadvertently, you, instead of dipping it in the dirty water, you dip it in your tea. So
Oh my goodness.
that's why I keep them like poles apart, working water on the right hand side and the tea on the left hand side.
On the left-hand side. But you need tea for your inspiration, for lifting
Yes, yeah,
your mood
you
up.
do. Yeah. No, I'm not a tea person. I'm a coffee person. But yeah, with the throat, tea is helping. Oh. I think it's hung.
Sure, you all would have benefited here. That's okay, Deepali.
Yeah.
I think you're setting up your phone, I think.
Sorry?
And there was a little bit of lag there.
Outside, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, now it's back. So I'll quickly do this demo. With this camera, it will not, with this application, it will not allow to use the back camera. So what I'll do is I'll flip the
Uh-huh.
phone around and I'll
Yeah.
point it to the um, painting.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know once you start seeing the painting here. You can see the.
Yes. It's visible.
It's visible. So
Yes.
what I've done is I've just created a basic circle, and I have the layout in my
Uh-huh.
mind.
Yeah.
And I'll just pick up some color, put it in my palette, and we'll be creating a few roses, a few flowers, and so these are all freehand.
Uh-huh. So you're
And
not using pencil, but you're have you drawn anything? Because
mm,
I'm almost
can you see this? So all I've drawn is a circle with a yellow
is it
watercolor pencil. Yeah, and then
okay.
written Happy
It's not
Mother's Day.
visible. Yeah.
Is it visible?
No, that one is not visible, but that's okay. When you start painting, probably it will show its colors.
All right. So yeah, it will. I mean, it's supposed to be invisible, sort of, so that it
Yeah.
doesn't really come across. So
Yeah.
I'll just create this.
So they always say when doing watercolor painting, you protect the whites, right?
Yes, so it is a negative highlight. You don't,
Yeah.
when you have watercolor, um, you don't add highlights, but
Highlights. Okay.
yeah, you leave those parts so that it highlights on its own. That you have to think negative spaces.
Right. Right.
Then in watercolor, there's a concept of this wet on wet, which gives a
Yeah.
different sort of.
Yeah. Wet on wet, wet on dry, dry on dry,
Mm,
dry on wet.
yes. So, oh, you know a lot.
I told you I do a little bit of research, but I'm not 100% into painting, so I have got no idea.
Yeah.
But I question you.
It's just a matter of practice. Yeah.
I
So
know. Oh,
we create
look at
this.
that.
So one row's done, second row's almost. So create some highlights here.
Yeah.
And with the water, if you see the water, it's not it's getting absorbed. It's not like staying on top. It's getting
Oh,
absorbed. Yeah, so it
absorbed.
doesn't run around the paper.
Ever run, like, like a runny thing?
Yeah, so
Because
if
it looks
had it
like
been, this is 50% cotton, so
that.
it will
Uh-huh.
not run. So the water will not
Okay.
run, it will get absorbed.
Yeah,
So I
okay.
don't, yeah, I
But
just
it kind of
feel,
still looks like a blotchy kind of thing.
no, this will not look like that.
Look like that. Okay.
Yeah, this will not, because this is cotton. Yeah, this is cotton paper.
Cotton one.
But if I use
Okay.
a normal paper, then yes, it will.
Uh-huh. Ah, okay.
So this will, because I want some water, some it to merge, like give that watercolory sort of
Coloring.
feel. So I'll add some water here and here so that it
Yeah.
blends around.
Let's. How
Yeah.
long does it take to dry?
This one will be dry in like once we go around, so the
Uh-huh.
roses will dry quicker. But what we will have it so that it'll take around 10 minutes or so to like complete,
To
hopefully.
dry? Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you ever
Yeah.
use a dryer, like a hair dryer?
I have to use, I mean, hair dryer, the water will run. So there are heat
Yes.
guns that come.
Yeah.
So heat guns, I have to go get a heat gun. After lockdown, I mean, since the work has kind of resumed, I have been not that active to get, yeah. So I kind of have to. That's on my to do, but that's still like I have to do.
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay. They always say that you don't use more than three colors. So what is your take on that?
That again depends. If it is three colors, yes, I agree. But if I consider like green, green would be a neutral kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
So if I do not consider green, then yes. But I kind of have around four colors in there. But that's
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, and I have been able to do that successfully without jarring the colors.
The
So with
colors.
little bit here and there, yes, I have been able to. I'll just rotate this. I hope this is visible. So I'll just
Okay,
do,
that
yeah.
looks like a real flower in there, like a pair, like rose petals being placed.
Oh yeah, yes. So pretty quick one that I'm doing here, and just to drop a color
Yeah. So
here.
as you mentioned, like you have to invest in quality rather than quantity, right?
Yes, that's correct. So, if you have a good quality paper and good quality paints, then that would help you, and that would inspire you
And
as
it
well, rather
lasts a
than
longer time, right?
sorry.
It lasts a longer time.
It lasts longer, yes, and then when you've invested so much, you'll get more inclined to use it
Mm.
rather than just let it be. Oh, that's fine. It's just like it is
Yeah,
just a
yeah.
hobby or something. So that is my take, and plus the results that you get, because
Okay.
the results, if you get good results, then that motivates you as well.
Correct, correct. Yeah.
So,
So
and I have
any brand
seen
you recommend?
what I use is these.
Winsor
For
and
paper,
Newton?
I use Cotman and Arctic. I'm kind of experimenting because with what my kind of this would be like what my style would be. So
Uh-huh.
that depends again. Everybody's style is different, so papers would work different. But I use arches for a lot of stuff, and then I have bought a Strathmore paper.
Okay.
So Strathmore,
So
I have been
for
working on. It's a, and also with paper, I forgot to tell, there are two types of paper. There is a cold pressed and there is a hot pressed. Cold pressed is a bit
what?
gritty. Hot press is very smooth. So different
Oh,
type of art forms would require different type of papers. So this is what I
paper.
have done till now.
Yeah.
Um, I hope it's visible here. Yeah. So this is around. So I had traced a circle, and then I'm placing the flowers around the circle. So this is
All
what
the time.
I,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
And
that's
then
pretty.
now I'll be just quickly doing the leaves here. So I will be doing this, and so it leaves just like how you and the color theory comes in picture here. So you do the light colors, you do the dark colors, the
Dark
different
colors. Yeah.
yeah.
So this is all your own design, right? Like, you penciled in, and
Yes,
it's just like just whatever came through, you just drew it, right?
yes, exactly. So I just kind of have to have a visual image in my mind, what sort of, where do I place what, and then the end result is not, it may or may not be exactly as I've envisioned,
It?
but yeah, sort of works for me.
Yeah.
Whatever gets things going.
Yeah. Yeah. So with regards to the paint, I have heard about Winsor and Newton and Sakura coil.
Yeah, I use Winsor and Newton, and I also use primer, and yeah, because I'm experimenting, so I use Derwent, I use primer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I kind of use I have a lot of I have quite a few palettes, but
Uh-huh.
my daughter, older one, she's also into art, and she takes away quite a few stuff from, yeah, she loans quite a few stuff from me,
From you?
which
Oh,
sometimes comes back and sometimes doesn't. Yeah, so I was trying to find out where my other palettes are. I've got like around four or five palettes, but
uh-huh.
like yeah, she was not here. She was gone for her sports, so I
Right.
couldn't really get most of them. So, there are different type of paints as well. So there are paints which are ink based. Then there are some paints which are pigment based. So ink
Uh-huh.
based paints, Derwent, they have ink based paints. They kind of stay on top of paper.
Yeah.
And there are these the Windsor and Newton. They're pigment based. So they kind of get absorbed in the paper. So that is where
When
the
you say
different
pigment based, what type of pigments do they use?
that is they use mica.
Right.
So different companies have their own how do I say these patented techniques of
Techniques. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So they don't divulge much, but mica is what they use, and then they mix it with honey to make it shiny and last long.
Shiny. Ah.
Mm.
Okay.
So
Doesn't it
honey,
kind of like stick?
sorry.
Doesn't it when they add honey,
Mm-hmm.
doesn't it kind of like stick, and it kind of like becomes a different medium altogether?
No, it's so it is those honey-based ones. They are mostly the tube ones. So
Oh,
those
the
are
tube.
more costly. Yes, more
Mm-hmm.
costly, and they have more light fastness and life to them.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're because they're more costly, so they're more used by professional artists.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So yeah, but those have like they stay longer as well.
Right. Right.
Almost done. So kind of
I'm loving the pastel shade there.
this is a kind of mix, and as I said, I use different colors. So this comes out, the leaves come out differently.
Uh-huh.
This is my olive green, sort of a bit
Yeah.
darker shade with
Darker
olive green.
shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we paint on top of it to give that uh, bunch sort of effect.
Yeah. Have you ever made kind of like, a mistake or a boo-boo and said, "Oh no, what have I
All
done?"
the
And you ended up correcting it
Yes, all the time, and that's not
all
only
the
me.
time?
All artists
All
do,
right.
and the
That's
fun
right.
of it, yeah, the fun of it is
Because
to
they have
hide,
creative mind and you can set that
yeah,
right.
yeah, to hide those imperfections because only a very trained eye can, catch. Oh
Mhm.
wow, you've done this.
Okay.
So that is something that is like kind of that's the fun part of it as well.
Yeah.
So I've done, it's almost done. I hope you can see that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I can see that. So you just used a tiny amount of paint there.
Very little, very little. And
Very tiny.
initially, when you don't know, when you kind of new, so at that time
Mm-hmm.
you kind of try to load the brush. But then I
Uh-huh.
went through quite a few tutorials, and then I realized no, no, watercolor, you don't have to really load it like how we do it in acrylic or oil paints. So you kind of
Yeah,
load it. You need to have a lot of pigment, paint in it.
yeah.
But with watercolor, you very little. That's why, like,
Very
it's
little.
almost, yeah, I haven't even reached the half point there. And all, I
Okay.
mean, I've done quite a few, I mean, for 2 years I've been doing. And this
Uh-huh.
was, but this almost like initially, because earlier I just had what my kids, that the one that you get in Riot store or something.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I had those ones, but I
That's a
kind
good
of
store,
was
isn't it?
sorry,
That's a very good store actually.
right? Yeah, for
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
but for professionals, no. That's a good store
Uh-huh.
for kids art. Yeah,
Starters, yeah.
yeah, for starters. Yeah. So those ones, yes, they I did get a good start, but I was not
Uh-huh.
getting the results, so that was kind of off-putting.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, so that's why I kind of went in. I mean, this palette is quite expensive, so I just went in. I thought, okay, let me just invest this much in myself.
And yeah, yeah.
So now I'll just. So this is we almost done here with
Uh-huh.
the wreath,
Yeah.
and I'll do this part once the flower is dry. So it's only this
Louder.
flower which is wet, and
Yeah, perfect.
I'll just write
Can you show me
down.
the one previously you did? Like, you did a similar one there.
Yes, yes. So this is what I have done.
Ah, yeah, yeah.
So this is what
Oh,
I've,
perfect. So
yeah.
maybe
So
your
this
pink
is
is a little bit lighter, what you did just then, or maybe it takes some time, like if it dries up, it comes to that color. It looks
no,
brighter in this than the ones your one you have painted just now.
so depends on how much pigment you put in that.
Right, right. Yeah, got you.
Yeah. So that's why handmade stuff, every handmade stuff is different from one another.
Correct. Yeah, yeah. True,
Because you
true, true.
can't really get that sort of finish, that sort of
Finish it, yeah. That's why it is
yeah. Yes, exactly. So this is how it will look. So this one is like golden color and
golden color. Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that's very, very pretty. Thank you, thank you.
thank you.
Excellent, excellent. Do you have to say something, Dipali, to the group?
Thank you so much for having me, and I also got a chance to spend more time painting, and that was like in the middle of the week. I don't usually get time anymore, so yes, and this was something. Yeah, I got to do. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Oh, pleasure, pleasure. Thank you. Thank you very much for, coming onto my Wholesome Wednesday platform. And it's special. It's a two-digit last number, number 99. And I will be looking forward, ladies, to having you all for a gala number 100, the 100th session. Something nice is in store for you, which inspires you all, which has got a little bit of community spirit to that, and a little bit of adventure to that. Um, I'm not sure whether you can guess, but anyway, I'll just leave you ladies to that one. And Dipali and myself will be signing off for this wholesome Wednesday session number 99. Thank you, Deepali.
Thank
Bye,
you.
ladies.
Thank you.
Bye
Thank
for
you.
now.
Thank you.
Bye.